Welcome everybody to a very special one-shot set for Spiritbrook in the kingdom of Niflheim and off the coast down to the southern isles of Rodentia. You have all been gathered, sent a message by a group of individuals looking to set up a crew. You have a particular set of skills that is going to be coming in need for a mission that they have. You've traveled far and wide to get here, some farther than others. And as you arrive to the small village in the early hours just before dawn, you see before you this beautifully illuminated glass dome gazebo-like structure. You enter into the front room of the meeting house, and you are told that your host will be with you very shortly. You have a few minutes to introduce yourselves, and why don't we start at this end? Josh, would you introduce your character for everybody?
Absolutely. So I'm Hale Deepfrost. My employer has sent me to make sure that nothing goes wrong and to retrieve what was stolen.
Hello, I'm Kieran Silverwood.
Tell us about your character. Who is Kieran?
Kieran is the river folk, long black hair, kind of tied up in a ponytail. Looks more sensible than his younger sister.
And your younger sister seeming to flit about. Kate, describe to us your character.
Yeah, I'm not really paying attention. My hair is real wild. I'm kind of, like, looking at all the leaves instead. I have kind of, like, quick movements. I might seem nervous, but I'm not nervous at all. It's like nervous energy, but I don't feel nervous at all.
Yeah. Even in this like icy expanse of this corner of the world, inside this glass dome is just like a whole bunch of houseplants. Like it's got a greenhouse vibe to it. So there's definitely a bit of calm.
I'm obviously kind of like conversing with the plants, and you can tell that there's like affection between like me and my brother, but I'm also annoying him as well at the same time.
Okay. Andy.
My name is Gwar Deepfen, and I'll be honest, I'm just here for the shiny stuff. So as long as there's something shiny, you have my full attention.
Oh, my name's Reyna. I don't know if I said that.
Reyna. Excellent. So as you walk around the main space here and chat with plants and kind of get a brief introduction to each other, some of you wondering specifically why you're here, into the room strides one of your hosts, Irno Frostwind. Strides into the room, they cold but smooth movements. He sees all of you and says, "Welcome. Thank you all for being here. I would like to extend my deep gratitude in your accepting of this mission, as it is particularly important to not just us in our small groups, but to the greater Niflheim and the rest of the realm. The Míresgal were created by the Creator as stones of power for the firsts of all of the creatures here within the realm. What each one of them does is it focuses and harnesses the elemental aspects of each of those races. Now, the water Míresgal, which is what we use here in Niflheim, was sealed away in a vault. And unfortunately, over many centuries, that vault was forgotten about because we did not need to use the stone. We let the memory of it fade, and unfortunately that vault was constructed within the deeper layers of this glacier, and over time it has eroded, and we have since lost the stone. We do have some intelligence that has been gathered over the recent months. We've located, as best as we can tell, its location on the Isle of Rodentia, to the southwest of here. We do not have means of entering this place, but with you and your group, if you can infiltrate, retrieve, and return to us this stone, riches and titles will be bestowed upon you. If you need more information, I will turn this over to my partner here. And he gestures towards Amarthiel, Shadowcloak, the spy master. Steps out from the plants, some of the ones that you were very close to talking to, Reyna, almost gives you a startle. She's very sneaky. As she emerges, says, the Spiritbrook current the Spiritbrook current runs from the River Duin out to the Isle of Rodentia. It splits as you get near the island. And as she's explaining this, she unfurls a map onto the table so that you can see the intel that she's gathered and drawn for you. Tracing her fingers along as she explains. One current will flow directly to the center, meeting the great tree of Erid. And the other is going to go counterclockwise around the island. Now, floating objects will go straight to the tree, which is most likely where the stone has settled. Now, you could follow it there, but that is where Kevin dwells. He himself has amassed a large gathering of followers over his time there. He's been exiled. He has the powers of the gods. Yes?
Like a cult.
Very similar, yes.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. Well, that's cool.
He can manipulate time. He also has some kind of prismatic powers of thrall over his armies and possibly others. And he can, of course, fly as well. Now, Kevin is a gerbil with rainbow shimmering wings, and his armies are made up of rodents of all shapes, sizes, and ferocity.
I'm sorry. It's a cult that's led by a gerbil?
Correct.
Okay.
Kieran grabs his rat mouse pet, holds him close, and is like, better not touch Reginald.
Now, thanks to the current, they cannot escape the island, and Kevin cannot fly across that much open ocean. These tiny wings.
So it's an isolated cult.
Very much so.
Oh, that's even better. Just one big echo chamber. Sure, they're... Okay.
None have been to this island that we know of in approximately 120 years or so, since the island was split off from the mainland. We don't know if Kevin even knows of the stone or has it in his possession, but it is very likely that it is on this island. Now, as you can see here on the map, the island has a diverse range of climates and biomes, each with its own host of rodents and of of the widest variety that you'll find almost anywhere. But with rodents that comes snakes and birds, and there aren't many apex predators that I've seen, but some still remain from the land split. So be on your guard. I know you all have different tolerances for certain climates, so finding your point of entry is going to be of great importance. My recommendations from what I know of you and your group would be to enter either through the forest on the north, possibly the jungle to the west, maybe even the wetlands, which is more south-central. I would probably avoid the desert, especially you, so I will leave that decision up to you.
Who likes water here?
This guy over here.
Okay,
As long as there's water, as long as it is humid, I'm good to go.
excellent.
If it is the least bit dry, no can do.
Okay. Are you a fish?
Basically.
Oh.
And I don't do so well in the heat.
Cold water.
I'd say we go to the wetlands.
Plenty of water to navigate. It can be a bit warm, but it is going to be very muggy. And it's probably the most watery of all of the regions. So I believe that would be a good choice for you.
You don't do well in the heat, is that right?
That is correct. I'm an ice person.
What if I gave
But wet,
you...
I'm good to go.
What if I... Okay, if you're wet and it's hot, you're okay?
Yeah, I can be vulnerable in the heat.
I could give you like a block of ice to hold on to. Would that help?
I mean, it might help, but I think I might need my hands. So, because you all look a
I
little
wonder if I could make an ice
soft.
hat.
I think if we were to go through either the wetlands or the forests, we'll have our best shot of getting to it.
Wetlands aren't terribly hot. There's
Yeah,
mud.
so we should be fine. As long as we're not in the desert or tropical regions, shouldn't have an issue.
Wetlands it is.
Well, then, all that's left is to get you there. For that, we'll head outside and we will show you where you'll be departing from. And she stands up and heads to the door. As she opens the door, you see standing just outside this very tall, old-looking dude with pale blue skin, with wings coming up off the back of his head, draped in golds. Ilinder, they're ready. And the old man looks to you and says, "Wonderful. Follow me. This is my home village. I hope you found it comforting, but now we must depart. There is a river southeast of here that drops from the cliffs down into the sea. The children in this area go down whenever they were out of their studies, ride the waterfalls down to the sea and allow themselves to be pushed to the side by the following waters. They don't want to get sucked into the Spiritbrook current. But if you jump in the center of these falls, avoid the rocks, and avoid fighting the water forces trying to sweep you to either side, you will slide right into the current, and as the children find with the random items they would throw in, will take you directly to your destination. Do you have any other questions before you depart?
How long do you think it'll take to get to where we're going?
The current can be swift. It may take a couple of hours. Once you get onto the island, who knows? It's full of natural disasters, and its denizens can be unyielding.
How dangerous is this is the current to get there, you think?
To get there is not too difficult. You aren't fighting too hard, but if you have a strong back and a good kick, it shouldn't give you too much trouble.
So, like, no creatures in the currents or anything?
Well, there may be creatures.
Alright.
Well,
And there
let's get it done.
are
Run
some
over.
rocks and roots before you get out to the open sea. So just be mindful, be cautious.
While he's giving this speech, I have already run over to the cliffside and said, "Let's get it done," and cannonballed in.
See Hale just full cannonball splash into the falls. It's a good 10-second descent. It's a fairly tall waterfall.
Here's sounds of wee.
Well, that shelters it.
And Rana goes, "Ooh!" and runs after him and jumps in.
Alright, I guess we're doing this. Kieran jumps in after Rana.
Hi, Rana.
I don't know. We never discussed that.
As you dive off the cliff, over the waterfalls, and into the Spiritbrook current to take you out to the island. I need everybody to make an athletics roll. So you're going to roll your d20. You're going to add your athletics from your skills.
11.
11.
That's a 9. Okay.
18.
19.
I had 5.
Plus your athletics. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
5 total. Got it.
5 total.
Hale and Rana, you dive in no problem. You're incredibly comfortable in the water here. You know how currents move. Kieran, you misjudged just a little, and as you hit, you found a slightly more shallow spot, and you kind of impacted some of the rock bed and caused you to falter just a little bit before the current kind of starts to sweep you further down. Guar, you're so used to being in water at all times that as you dive, you find that the brush of the air is almost spiky and cold, and you squint too hard to prevent drying out. So when you impact, you end up hitting just near where Kieran hit. But you went full head first dive and ended up smacking your head. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage from the impact to the rock as you dived in, and you just kind of float. You're just oh, damn it.
Kieran grabs him. Come on. There you go.
So despite a slightly rough entry, you're still able to progress down. You're definitely lagging far behind the rest of the group, who's been swept off already. So they're already a few hundred feet in front of you. Over the course of a few minutes, you navigate through the channeled ravine here. You see other waterfalls feeding into the stream, and just as you get towards the mouth of this to open up into the sea, you feel the current accelerate you even further as you can tell like the topography of the rocks has gone from a river bed to open sea. The ground and rocks beneath you fade into the dark beneath. The current shoots you out into open sea. I need everybody to make an acrobatics check.
10.
9.
15.
What this one? Okay. 28.
Damn. Right on. Feeling much more comfortable now that you're in open waters. You will you'll be able to catch up with everybody super quick. Like all of a sudden just this is right. This is better. Throughout the next couple of hours, we're going to be doing a series of skill checks to get you navigated from the point where you're at to the island. The current sweeps you up, and you are now traveling through open waters. You can feel the Spiritbrook current, almost like a high-speed train rail, just shunting you through the ocean. After the first half hour or so, there's a large school of fish that are also riding through, but you are moving at much greater speeds than they are, barreling through. You need everybody to make a dex check. Or a dexterity save, sorry. So it'll be under saving throws.
I can see these fish, right?
Yes.
Danger sense. Doesn't matter. 19.
Nice.
15.
30, 20.
21.
Simple enough. You can, as you start to get close to them and maneuver, a couple of you like spin a little bit to kind of push some of them out of the way, open up room for the rest of you to navigate through. Another half hour, 45 minutes traveling gets you to an area where there are some slightly larger fish shapes coming up quickly. And you see that one of them has slightly sharper looking fins, and a larger pointy tail, and some very big teeth. You notice that there's a handful of sharks.
Oh, fun.
So the shark, you approach the area where these sharks are swimming around. Looks like they're close enough and they may be able to attack you. Do you want to do anything?
I'm gonna cast Water Walk on all of us.
Oh. Okay.
So what does that do?
The spell grants the ability to move across any liquid surface, such as water, blah 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 blah, as if it were a harmless solid ground. Up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range gain this ability for the duration.
So you see these shadows of the sharks approaching you faster and faster and faster, and then all of a sudden you feel your bodies being almost rocketed up to the surface of the water, whereas you kind of pop up, and when you land back down to impact the water, you don't go in the water, you land on the water, and it just feels like walking on a waterbed, and you're able to walk along the top of the water.
And then I'm gonna start running.
Yeah, you got it.
I'll follow, running as well.
Also running.
Yep.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I guess everybody's going.
At this point, you do see in the distance a portion of the island coast traveling by foot at a quick pace. You guys are just going to run. It'll probably take about an hour and a half, 2 more hours of like full tilt running. How long does the spell last?
1 hour.
Okay, easy enough. You're able to run on the surface of the sea for an hour before you feel yourselves plop back in. You're kind of waiting around there. The current just beneath the surface, you can feel almost pulling your feet, as if what they talked about, the current just pulls the floating items directly to the center of the island. You can feel it just ever so slightly moving you in that direction. As you approach closer to the coast, you can see where the stream rises right up through the center of it. You can see how it'll split off around either side. So you, in order to get to the wetlands, right?
Mhm.
You'd have to veer to the right and circle all the way around to get to the wetlands for your entry, which will pass you along the coastline around the island. You see the sandy beaches of desert and tropical coastlines in front of you. You'll have to veer towards the tropical zone to maintain your course to get to the wetlands. You pass by the forest. As you're traveling around, give me perception checks.
Thirteen.
13.
Thanks.
9.
Not looking good for me. That'd be an 8.
Probably.
But I got a passive of 16.
There you go.
Passive of 10.
There you go. Your focus is more on getting to where you need to be than surveying the areas that you're most likely avoiding. But you two, you do see, intermittently poking out of the various brush as you get near the forest. Some animals from the different regions. You see everything from some badgers and woodchucks to a couple of like harpy eagles circling around above the canopy of the trees. You pass up and around the west portion of the island. You start to see the foliage turn more tropical. You see larger leaves. The air feels a little wetter. You can feel the humidity start to swell a bit more.
We're still in the water, or we're walking on the beach?
You're still in the current. The current's taking you like around the island to where you're actually going to enter, unless you wanted to land before the wetlands.
Are there any plants that are sticking out into the water as we're going by?
From the foresty side, no, but as you get closer to the jungle, you would be able to kind of like jump, kind of like pop up and grab some stuff and then jump back in.
Okay. I'm gonna brush my hand along some plants sticking out.
Okay. You feel the leaves kind of trickle along your fingers. It's a 16 hit.
Does it? What the? Oh my god. Does a 16 hit? Is that my armor class?
Mhm.
Yes?
You're gonna take 2 points of piercing damage as you're trailing your fingers along. A cassowary snaps its head out and bites your finger.
A what?
A cassowary.
What's a cassowary?
This is a cassowary. It's a large tropical bird. Hanging out right there, is grabbing itself a drink.
Okay.
Looks delicious.
Okay, I guess I just go, damn! Ow! Jeez.
Kieran yells over, are you okay?
That's some, angry birds over here. What do I take? 2, 3, 4?
2 points.
2?
2 points of piercing
How far
damage.
away
It
would you
just,
say
it
I
just
am
like
from it?
nipped your finger.
How far away would you say I am from that bird?
I don't know, 40 feet, 50 feet.
Nope, stay on mission.
Okay.
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna say sorry. Sorry. Just passing through, and I'm gonna try to just sort of bop it on the head. Okay.
It
All right.
runs back into the jungle forest.
Good day to you too. All right.
You start to hear like more animals deeper into the jungle start to make sounds. Now there's been a bit of a commotion. You continue further to the south. The jungle waters become a little bit thicker. You feel there's more plant matter in the water, some algae. You can feel like the seaweed becomes thicker underneath, and it trails up into the base of the current. And you can start seeing all of the coast starts to be peppered with little tributaries of waterways that navigate up into this wetland swamp. You've arrived at the wetlands.
All right, let's get on land.
Not much land here to be had. At the edge, it's more like a mangrove swamp. So you have like waist high water that creeps up into the land. You can walk on this like soft silted mud underneath, and you just have to climb your way around all of these massive roots that bend and heave up and into and around all of the water.
Do we see any parts of the land that look like it's been traveled on, or paths that have been?
Make a survival check.
14?
Outside of the occasional like snap bits of branch or bramble, it looks like just other creatures passing through. It doesn't look like there's anything resembling heavy traffic or anything like that.
Okay. Do we go for it? Do we just start walking?
Let's get it done.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm just gonna start walking in.
Okay.
I follow.
I've already been walking.
Yeah. Are you all walking in a line, more of any kind of particular configuration?
I'm gonna pick up a stick though, that as I'm walking I'm gonna just sort of be...
Kind of smacking some various...
I'm not like trying to disturb the plants because I like them, but just sort of messing with the stick.
I'd say like the line, probably.
kind of a loose line.
Like pretending it's a cane and then just sort of nonsense.
I'm just more so enjoying the environment. I'm kind of half walking / dipping underneath, swimming, popping back up.
Kieran is kind of keeping an eye out around.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Perception, that is 4.
As you're looking around, there's just the density of just like swamp bugs, just mosquitoes and gnats are just swarming around your head and face. Very distracted.
Keeps batting them away, trying to look around.
Do we see any animals?
There's animals about. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, I get lucky feature.
Ooh,
That's a nat 20
damn. All right,
with a
for a
plus
total?
5.
so 25.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of like scan the area as you're walking through, and the bugs don't bother you as much. You're either used to it or they just avoid you more. And as you scan both the waters and the trees, you can hear the sounds of various swamp creatures, grunts of tapirs that are probably about 80 to 100 feet of, to the left of you.
Tapirs?
Mhm.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
You see the swishing of water occasionally. Thing could be anything from crocodiles to snakes. You hear the chattering of larger swamp-based rodents. There are quite a few animals, and they are all around you. I'd say with the 25, you see the slightest disturbance directly in front of you of the water, kind of slithering underneath the surface, making its way right for your feet.
Right for my feet.
Yep.
You know, we would stop touching the plants, they things would stop trying to hurt you.
I do what I want.
Alright, can I see it coming? Roll a perception check, too.
I'd say you could, but it is already at her feet. So you get, Reyna, you'll get a reaction, but then I need everybody to roll initiative.
These dice are not my friend today. That would be an 11 for me. As far
An
as,
11.
and that's
Okay.
with my bonus.
All right.
16.
7.
11.
Guar and Hale, what are your dexterities?
14.
18?
So,
14.
So you'll be just before. All right, Reyna, you have a reaction because you notice it coming.
Suddenly I just turned into an owlbear, but I'm still wearing, and I'm an owlbear. I'm a fully clothed owlbear.
Fully clothed owlbear. Got it.
That's some stretchy material.
Yep, it stretches with me.
All right. So as the rest of you are walking through, all of a sudden you see Reyna pause, and the feathers and fur just start to billow up out of like the ends of the sleeve, and you see your head form into this giant bear head with an owl's face and beak on it. That brings us to the top of initiative. Kieran.
Cool. He's gonna take out his short bow.
Okay.
Can he see the creature? Can he like actively see it?
You see that there is movement in the water
All right.
directly in front of your sister.
He is going to take out a short bow and fire an arrow.
All right, go ahead. Roll your attack.
17 plus 8.
That hits.
Right. Do I get sneak attack?
It is engaged with an ally, so yeah, you would technically get your sneak attack.
All right. So that's a lot of dice to roll.
There's a massive amount of dice.
It's gonna take me a second.
Yeah. So you fire your bow, you see
31 points of damage.
your arrow sinks in, and you see there's a more reddish coloration in the water right where your arrow sunk in. That is a good hit. It has angered the very large snake.
Now I found the list. Dang it.
It's all right. Now you got it. It is now the snake's turn. It is going to lash out and attempt to grapple you.
Okay.
So it is a 25 to hit.
That hits. Yeah.
So you're going to get 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and it starts to constrict around you as it
Okay.
lashes up. You have to make a strength save.
19.
It starts to wind its body around yours, but because you've turned into an owlbear, you're able to like flex it off of you enough and kind of throw it down towards the ground as it wriggles around. Brings us to Guar. As you're watching all of this like unfold in front of you, in a flash of a moment, what do you do?
I attempt to speak to the snake.
What do you say?
Are you friend or foe? More so, are you merely passing through?
You hear the snake speak back to you. It says, "You fucking shot me!" Not friendly. Is that all you wanted to do for your turn? Anything else?
I'll ask again if we are still able to pass through.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage. So you're going to roll twice and take the lower of the roll, and then add your persuasion to it.
7.
I demand retribution! And, yeah, does not seem like he wants to let it go.
Wonderful.
Does that end your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay. Hail.
You could
You
just see.
you just see the fish guy just start. The snake hisses back, and that's it.
You can see a very angry look in my eye.
Mhm.
as I begin to rage.
Got it.
Oh. Okay.
As the rage kicks in, so does my storm aura.
Okay.
I approach the snake with my great axe
Yep.
and take a mighty swing.
You got it. Roll for that attack.
Is that a D12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tried speaking to him.
That's a 10 plus 10, so 20 to attack.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Yep. Let's have fun with this guy, huh?
Yeah.
All right,
The
so
snake's writhing around a bit and getting ready to coil and prepare for another attack as Hale rushes up and just goes, ah!
all right, so 13 is the first. Then I do have a brutal critical extra attack.
Two separate lines.
Heard.
But extra attack.
But it doesn't matter. I hit.
Yeah, you hit. And did 13 damage.
Yes.
Okay.
And when I hit a creature, it must do a strength saving throw.
6.
16 is what it needs to beat.
It's not, so that is a failure.
So now it is knocked prone. It's a snake, so it's
It's
still
a snake,
prone.
so it's technically kind of already prone, but it doesn't.
But it's no longer coil. They knocked it to the ground.
Yeah, it kind of like stunned it a little bit. Your axe, when it came down, cleaved off like the back foot of like the tail. So now,
Oh, shoot.
chunk of the tail is missing, but you do have that extra attack.
But I also forgot about my rage plus 3.
Oh, so it's another 3. There you go. Got it.
So now I can do my extra attack?
Now you can do your extra attack.
Sweet. Okay, well, that was a 20 for the great axe still.
Yep.
Okay. We're good
And then your damage.
now. Well, the damage was 30. That's what I was
Yeah,
rolling.
the
at
damage
first.
was
I
30.
just assumed I hit. Because I'm
Never
cocky
assume.
like that.
Never assume.
All right, I'll roll them again.
Yeah. And with the
16, just base. Plus 5, plus 5. So 26.
and then the axe comes down and
plus 3.
smashes into just behind the head and lops off the head. The snake lies motionless in the water. You do notice there's other smaller fish that kind of start to swim up and start pecking at the body of the snake.
As an owl bear,
Mhm.
I'm looking down at my feet at
Yeah.
what just happened, and I go down and I cradle it up, and I just go, "Oh no, little guy!"
And that ends the combat.
Well, while my storm aura is still going on, and I have
Yeah.
my lightning kind of going here,
Sure.
I see it, I point at it, hit it with lightning. You really want me to
Bull-
roll my
bull-
3d6?
Is this while it's in my
But
hands?
It's on it. I mean, it's not a
No, it's
a
dead.
creature
I'm
anywhere, but yeah.
cooking it.
Is
While it's
it
in hands.
while it's in
Am I
her
still holding
hands?
Oh shoot! I didn't realize you were holding it. Could you put it down? Oh, am I kidding? I'm in a rage. Yeah, go.
I'm a little afraid of you at this point, so
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna
Yeah, just
Put it back.
set it
put it
down,
down.
on,
But I'm
kind of
gonna
like on a root.
pet it a little bit.
Sure.
This lifeless body,
Okay.
and then the owl bear puts its claws up to its face, and
The moment your paws stop touching it, a bolt of lightning comes down and impacts the body. Yeah, it's gonna. I'd say it doesn't cook the whole thing, but it cooks, about half of it. So you
Perfect. I cut off the cooked part, pick it up, got myself a little snack for the journey.
There you go.
Chewing on it. You guys ready to go? Anybody want some? It's surprisingly delicious.
I'll take some.
The
There we
owlbear
go.
is just motionless.
Just
Carve up a little bit, give it to him.
you continue to push on deeper into the wetlands. Who's leading the group as far as
I'm sulking in the back.
navigating? Yeah, taking a moment.
I'll lead through while
Okay.
munching on my nice snake snack.
Go ahead and make a survival check to orient yourself within the island, because you are inside a very dense swamp, so it's hard to see.
That would be a 15.
Got it. Judging by the what amount of sunlight you can see poking through the canopy above you, you can gauge the general direction of north-ish to get you to your goal, your location at the tree, the massive tree. As you continue your way through the swamplands, you start to get deeper and deeper into the island. The ground becomes less wet, or at least not as deep, more ankle deep. There's a bog type of texture to the ground. The trees are getting denser, wider. You can hear the flapping of wings just above the canopy. You can see some of the more furry types of creatures lounging around. You see a small herd of beavers and some otters, several capybara lounging around. Some marsh rabbits run across your path. I need you all to go ahead and give me some perception checks.
14.
18.
10.
26.
With that, let's say, Hale, you notice that the beavers and the capybara, they're watching you. They're watching you in a very deliberate way, like they're studying you. Guar, you're kind of like in the middle of the group right now. You see climbing along all of the different roots and branches, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of ants. Make either a nature or, make a nature check.
9.
There's a lot of ants. They start to swarm and crawl from the branches onto all of you and start to bite. You feel like small pinches at first, and then burning, searing pain. You need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, it's a 6.
6. 18. 18.
15.
Can I use a luck point on this?
Sure.
Oh, that's better. 14.
14.
I have 11.
11. Okay.
Wait, I'm an owlbear.
Yeah, technically you are still an owlbear.
So 10, not 11. Oh.
Oh no. Hale and Gwar, it hurts. It's not happy. It's not a good sensation at all. You each take 5 points of piercing damage.
I'm still raged. Aren't I immune to piercing damage?
Resistance, so you take 2 points. As for the Silverwood siblings, you are both going to take 12 points of piercing damage, and you are going to be currently poisoned. As the ant's venom starts to flow into your veins, you feel a little less aware, a little less reactive than you normally would. You're going to have disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks for as long as you are poisoned.
I don't like this.
Mhm. With that commotion, the mass of rodents that are sitting nearby get up and start to charge you. So I need everybody to roll initiative.
14.
7.
14.
22.
Kieran and Hale, what are your dexes?
16.
14.
Okay, so Kieran, you'll go just before. So as the swarm of swamp rodents charge into you, that starts off with Gwar. So Gwar, you see a very angered and almost violent looking group of these like capybara and beavers, otters, nutria, just start to like whatever they were doing, they were chilling and just kind of watching you. They are now locked in and full stampede charging. There's probably a dozen and a half total, and they're just barreling down on you. What do you want to do?
Do you guys think we should run?
Never.
Never?
Keep in mind, I'm raged out right now.
That's a very good point.
Like, I got lightning sparkling all over me right now.
Alright,
Like, let's do this.
We're gonna stand our ground
You got it?
Alright.
against a stampede of furry animals. Are they currently charging?
They are currently charging. They are barreling down on you, and they are within, I'd say, the closest one, probably about 15 feet from you at this moment.
Okay. I will attempt to run back a little bit, take out my short bow.
You got it? You kind of like find a slightly dry spot to plant your feet. You take out your bow and fire.
Start firing.
So go ahead and roll an attack for your short bow with your you roll your d20 plus the attack bonus for that weapon.
14.
14 hits. As you loose your eye, it strikes one of them like right into the shoulder. Go ahead and roll your damage.
5.
5 points of damage. Nice.
That's a little bit better.
All right, you see it kind of buckles a little bit on its run, moves towards you, still encroaching, but definitely wounded a bit. That's going to bring us to the capybaras. They're
You said a swarm. How many are there?
it's like 5 capybara. There's about 6 beavers, and then a handful of nutria, which are kind of like guinea pig looking things, and some otters. It's kind of a smattering, about 12.5 total.
Okay.
Yeah. And then kind of a loose mob of them just all charging.
Okay.
Can I roll initiative for my rat?
Sure.
We have rat fights. I'm in.
12.
12.
12 on my initiative for Reginald.
You got it.
I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Ooh. Okay. Where do you cast it? At what?
At the rodents in front of me. Yeah, it's a 30-foot cube within 120 feet.
30-foot cube?
Yeah, is what it says. A 30-foot cube within 120 feet.
Okay. So that would encompass all of that.
And they have to make a wisdom saving throw. All of them.
Got enough dice?
I think I might have a few.
They have to beat a 15 wisdom.
15 wisdom saves. The Cappies got a natural 20 for 21.
Okay.
The Beavers got a 16. Nutria got a natural 1.
Nice.
And the Otters got a 19.
So for the on a failed save, the creature becomes charmed, and they cannot move.
So you see
And
some of these more like guinea pig looking ones just like stop and go.
And the spell ends if the affected creature takes any damage,
Okay.
or something like shakes it out.
Okay.
So, there.
They are distracted. The rest are not.
Which
Shapes and
ones are
colours.
distracted?
The Nutria, so just imagine that there's about 4 little guinea pig looking creatures just somewhere else that's not represented by the minis at the moment. 'Cause I only had so many minis.
Oh,
But I'm keeping track of how many.
got it.
Shapes and colors.
Right. Fantastic. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it.
Okay. That brings us to Hale.
Let chaos begin. Okay.
Oh, actually, hold on. I'm sorry. My bad. It is Capybara's turn. Technically, it was the Capybara's turn before you, but that's on me. They are going to. There's a few of them, so they're each going to try and get at all of you. So that is a 12 to hit.
Nope.
That is a 9.
Nope.
It is 16.
That hits.
It hits. And it is an 18 to hit. So does it meet or beat your armor class?
Meets.
Okay. So they hit you. They each do 9 points of piercing damage to you as they bite in and tear into your arms. As the capybaras take some bites out of you two. Now it brings us to Hale's turn.
Perfect. Would you say any of these creatures are within 10 feet of me now that they charged? At least the Capricious came charged in.
Well, there's the one that's definitely in front of you.
Good enough.
I'd say there's 2 of the capybaras that are within 10 feet, and probably a couple of beavers as well.
Okay. Well, Let's go to the giant rodent first.
Okay.
I kind of gaze menacingly, point, and now he must make a dexterity saving throw.
13.
That did not pass. So, lightning flies out of me, and he takes 3d6 damage. Which, wow, thanks, dice. 5.
Oh.
So I'm still holding that big snake piece, right?
Sure.
Would you say that could be a simple weapon?
I call it an improvised weapon. Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the thing with it.
With the snake?
Mhm.
Or the chunk of meat?
Yep, I'm gonna hit it with it.
Okay.
It's still got bones in there.
Roll an attack with your strength proficiency.
17.
Yeah, that hits. So now you roll your damage. The damage for this snake carcass, we'll call it a D4.
Okay.
But it's a D4 plus your strength. A little pyramid one. Yeah.
I hate these. I
Top
never know
number.
how to read it.
Top number.
Straight 4.
On top.
Yep.
So that plus your strength.
Plus my bonus on the strength?
Yeah.
So that'd be a 9.
9 points of damage is
I just take the snake piece and shove it right into its face. And I do get an extra attack.
due.
So I take, after I've shoved it right into its face, I grab my axe and I swing it right down on top of it.
Roll your attack.
That'd be a 19.
Hits.
I love this character. Oh, come on. All right. 10 damage.
And with the flash of lightning, you discard your remnant snake snack in its face, and while holding it down, it blinds it just enough to cover it, and you come down with the axe, just cleaving it clean down the middle, which, in doing so, now seems to enrage the rest of the rodents around. Seeing
It's a
this
rage
happen.
party, man. Let's
It
do
is
this.
a full-on angry ball. That brings us to the nutria and otters. And the nutria still. So do they get saves on subsequent turns, or is that just a hold it as wild thing?
Hold as well.
It just holds.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah,
until something knocks
Yeah,
them out.
until like something hurts it.
Got it. So they're distracted. The otters are kind of like bounding over each other in a like double helix serpentine pattern as they try to rush through, dodging any kind of like steps or roots, and they're gonna rush. Two groups of them are gonna rush towards you two. That is a 17 to hit.
It hits. Uncanny dodge.
So with unarmored defense,
Yes.
I take my normal armor. It's 10 plus my dexterity and constitution, right? That's what it
If
says
you're not
on there.
wearing armor.
Okay. Well, you gave me a breastplate, so I guess I am wearing armor.
Yeah.
I guess I can just strip it naked and start attacking. But
Good.
all right, but yeah, 17 will hit as it sits.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna take. It's 14 points of slashing, reduced to
Raging.
7. So 7 points, and then yours is also halved right?
Yeah, because uncanny dodge.
Yep. So you take 7 points of slashing damage as these otters almost like climb and spiral around you, and while they're doing so, they're just carving through with their tiny little claws,
I'm gonna eat these
gnashing,
otters.
chittering in your ear. It's gonna eat everything on the island.
That was my price.
That brings us to Reina. As this rodent attack swarm is bounding down upon all of you. What do you do? As an owlbear.
Eat the otter.
As an owlbear, I can't speak with other animals, right?
No, you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, I mean, you could try.
Okay.
Please try.
So I am, I guess, so at this like weaving and bobbing otters, I guess I'm just gonna charge at them and I'm gonna try to, I guess, slash
Sure.
with my claws.
Yeah. Just kind of reach out with the big claw and swipe at them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Make your attacks. Claw attacks.
24.
Hit. 24 to hit. Good God.
9 of slashing damage.
9 slashing damage against otter. Yeah, that's rough. You swat one, and it not just like slashes it, but catapults it off to the side and impacts one of the trees. You see it kind of go and gets back up and starts to try and get back at you.
So I get to make 2 attacks, one with my beak, one with my claws. So while I'm slashing, I'm also just gonna take a big like ow.
You can go for a bite on the other one. Sure.
Eat the otter.
Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Oh, okay.
So 6. So
11.
11 of piercing damage.
Piercing damage, and that is enough to snap this otter in half. Just clean cut. 2 bits drop to the
Is
sides.
this the one I hit the tree with?
No, this is the other one that was jumping towards you.
Okay. I'm also saying, sorry, I have to.
The beavers are coming up with the rear attack, and they've kind of flanked you all a little bit. So they are going to be making attacks to both of you, the Guar and Hale. That's a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge. If it meets or beats.
Oh, it meets. I thought.
Yeah. That's 15 points of slashing reduced to 7. So 7 points of slashing damage to each of you.
But along with the physical resistance that I have, an additional 50% of that.
That would for slashing damage.
Yes.
Yes.
So half a 7.
Or sorry, it's piercing.
Oh,
Piercing
piercing.
damage
Okay.
because they're biting. Beavers, man, they got teeth. They like to chew. Yeah. All right, that's it for them. That brings us back to the top with Guar. Guar, it's your turn. You just got bit like a few times now. What do? You're surrounded by a handful of furry land creatures. And they are intent on taking more chunks out of you.
How's that otter that hit the tree? Is he still
You see the one that hit the tree? Yeah, he's scrambling back towards the fray.
Scram back towards him. Personal
He looks pretty rough.
personal vendetta with them. I just kind of jump to the air, take my short bow out, and just aim right for him.
Go ahead, make that attack.
6.
That's going to be enough to you sink a bolt, one of the arrows, like right into with your aerial prowess, right down behind its neck. It lays limp in the water. Is that it for your turn? Bonus action or movement or anything? No, that's sitting good.
Yeah.
All right. Brings us to
Stupid druids.
where the capybaras were supposed to be. And the capybaras are still sitting in front of.
Not the one in front of me.
Not the one in front of me, but the other three still have one. That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
For Guar and Reyna as well. It's a 16 hit.
Me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Uh, 9 points of piercing damage as the capybaras come and chomp at each of you again, and that ends their turn. Kieran.
My turn. I'm gonna keep my concentration on my hypnotic pattern. That's all I'm doing. That's all I can do.
Did
It's
you
a
make
concentration.
Did you make a concentration check
Ooh.
from the damage that you took?
No, I did not. So
It's
that's
a con save.
con save.
You just have to beat a
18.
5. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're good.
yeah, they got it.
Yeah, so I'm chilling out with the hypnotic pattern.
Yeah.
Also, for Reginald, it was a 12
For initiative. Got
for
it.
initiative. There is a capybara in front of me, correct?
Yep. It just bit you.
Yeah. Ow. I'm gonna take my short sword and I'm just gonna slash at it.
All right.
That is 11 to hit.
11 to hit.
Yeah.
Just hits.
Oh, thank God. Okay, that's
They're not armored. They're just rodents.
Delicious, delicious rodents.
4 piercing
4
damage.
4. You got it. You gotta like poke back at it. Just,
Cool.
All right. That's it.
Yep.
Good.
All right, so I'm still covered in beavers. Is that right?
There's beavers, some otters.
Okay.
They're just all
They're just everywhere.
They're just all over the place.
They didn't see what just happened to their friend. Okay.
Yeah, like they're more angry the more they get hurt. So you're like, no, that makes sense. Same.
Yeah. Bring it on, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one swing. Oh, wait, I get plus. That'd be 18.
18 hits.
8.
8 points of damage. All right.
He's still alive?
Bigger.
Okay.
So he's hanging on by a thread. A single thread.
All right. So there's another one on me, so I take another good swing at it. 16.
16 hits.
And that hits for 16. Different one. No, so there's multiple.
Okay,
The one,
so
one
you're-
is, yeah, he says
Yep,
hanging by
got
a
it,
thread.
got
I
it.
took a swing at the other one,
Got it.
right?
Yeah.
And now, the one that's hanging on by a thread,
Yes.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Natural one.
And lightning flies at him
Just
for 7.
eviscerated.
So what you're saying is
There's a charred,
he's about a
charred
medium?
smoking. Yeah,
You
medium.
say about a medium? All right,
About
perfect.
medium.
Seems kind of well done.
Yeah. The ground is still kind of wet.
Okay.
Balances out.
The one I hit with my second attack, is he still alive? With the 16
no,
damage?
he was-
Okay,
he
so
was
I got
out-
2
he
of
was
them.
out.
Okay. We're good?
Scattered amongst the ground. Right. Brings up the nutria are still enthralled with the hypnotic pattern. The remaining otters and beavers, we're just gonna. The otters hit nothing with a 7. The beavers, however, got a dirty 20 on their attacks. There is, God, what, 4 of them left? Yeah. So we'll say they are terrified of the lightning guy. The owl bear is much, 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 much larger than they are. So they're going to be attacking both Kieran and Guar. Again. So 20s to hit both of you.
Yep, the hits.
And 9 points of piercing damage. So you just get bit up again. Everything is looking very rough. And there's maybe a handful of things left, so they're done. Reyna, it's your turn.
How many? So we've got 3
There's maybe like 3 or 4
of the bigger ones.
no, the capybaras are done.
Okay, so it's 3 of the
They're
little
gone.
guys.
There's a couple of otters, a couple of beavers, and then the nutria that are still like further back, just
Okay, so
in their own world.
whatever is in front of me, I'm gonna do
Okay.
the same thing I did before, which is just
Swipe and bite.
swipes and bites.
You got it. Go for it.
Alright, swipes. 5
Plus the hit.
12.
12 hit.
Oh,
12 hits.
okay.
Yes.
So 13 slashing damage. And then with my
See, that takes out like a couple of them in one big swipe. Just like you catch one and it like goes right into the next one.
just dominoes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They stack up.
Sorry.
My bites 19.
Absolutely hits.
6 piercing damage.
6 is enough because everything's been taking enough damage.
Is it gone? The
it-
last one?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so when I
is
bite
dead.
it,
Mhm.
can I do kind of like the rah in the air and just
throw it
swallow
up.
it whole?
Absolutely.
I knew I liked you.
Perfect. So as the last of them are dispatched, any others that may have been like on the fringes of the area who have been watching or seeing things just start to remove themselves from view and leave you alone, except for the nutria that are still.
The spell ends after 1 minute.
Okay. Gives you enough. There's enough time for you to get out of the area to leave them there. So you can all let me know what it is.
Before we completely flee the area,
Yes.
I would like to pick up my new snack.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Easy enough. Charred beaver?
I think it's either beaver or otter.
I think it was a capybara.
No, that one I
It's
just
hard-
cut in half.
Oh.
Hard to tell at this point.
Whatever it is, it's delicious.
A little gamey. You've been on within the swamps now for maybe an hour and a half or so, traveling towards the northern, that's the center of Spiritbrook. It's still dense wetlands, and you see that as you progress further north, they get denser and denser. The edges of the swamp start to show more elements of a little bit tropical, a little bit jungle, a little bit forest. It's almost like as you approach where the tree is, all of these different zones start to kind of blend into each other a bit more. And you can see massive roots underneath the roots of all of the trees around you. Whoever is proficient in nature or survival, give me one of those rolls.
I'm proficient in survival.
There you go.
Got more than I got a +6.
10.
Like, do it.
So that would be a 28.
28. With understanding the forest structures and how trees and plants work together in natural ecosystems, you know, like, this has to be one of the far-reaching roots of the tree of Arid. You use this to navigate your path through the rest of the wetlands, and as you approach, everything starts to thin a little bit more. The trees get a little smaller, turning into just low shrub cover. You can see in the central clearing the massive structure of this tree that reaches up. It's hard to see. The canopy is so massive that it envelops the entire area. And you can see every kind of animal fluttering about, hawks and ravens and crows. You see rodents climbing up, snakes slithering around on the ground. You can hear all manner of these animals swarming around. Go ahead and make, what's everybody's passive perception?
10.
16.
15.
Reyna and Hale, you catch a faint, shimmering glint from far up in the branches of Rainbow. In between, kind of flittering. At the base of the tree, you can see a small opening formed by the roots, almost like a small hovel entrance, and it is being guarded in sorts by several large, almost panther-like creatures that have tentacled protrusions coming up off of their backs.
Can I cast Phantom Steed?
Sure.
It is a very elegant looking, fairly slim white horse, almost shimmering, long mane, and it's going to prance up to, like, out of the forest, away from where we are a little bit,
Okay.
and, like, trying to distract the panther, like, things.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a deception check. Use your spellcasting ability instead of the charisma.
And it's going to become a 17.
As they're standing post, you're looking around. You can send your steed up and around towards the base of the tree, and as soon as it gets within their eyesight, both of them lock on and start to crouch low and start stalking towards your phantom steed. And you see them kind of split paths as if they're going to flank around to get to it.
I was going to say to the group, as this is happening, alright, you see that hole over there? Get to the hole. Get inside the hole.
The hole.
The hole. The hole in the tree. Like, as I point towards the hole.
You can see at the base of the tree, there's almost like a naturally grown like entryway. This tree is huge. It is dozens of feet across. You've seen castles smaller than some of these. And the entryway stands probably about 8 to 10 feet tall, about 5 or 6 feet across, and it goes into the tree. It almost looks like it's a cavern inside this tree base. The panthers go and stalk your steed. As they get closer, they are going to try and attack it.
Okay. I mean, it's literally just an illusion, so...
Mm-hmm. They're going to attack. It's 25, which doesn't matter because it's an illusion.
Yeah. Go. As this is happening, I'm like, go.
I'm gonna stay out.
Okay.
I'm not gonna listen.
All right.
Are we hidden currently?
You're at a distance where I'd say you're probably about 100 feet from the entrance to this tree. You're just on the edge of any kind of forested stuff before it becomes a clearing, and you're able to maintain some cover by hiding behind trees or bushes or anything like that that's right near you. But if you were to move forward, then you would be out in the open.
Okay.
And you can see there's several different creeks or streams. They're small, narrow, not very deep. They kind of lead up to the tree, and then you see to the north, on the far side of it, there's the main stream that you would have traveled right to.
Is anyone gonna listen to me and go towards the tree?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna jump in one of those creeks and start swimming my way towards the tree.
As you jump in, you notice it's maybe about waist height at the deepest point. So it's not quite enough that you could swim.
It's more okay.
Yeah. More like a watering creek at this particular spot.
I'm just gonna run towards the tree.
All right.
We're doing it.
So you three are running to the tree. You're hanging back. Okay.
I'm going to try and get there stealthily, though.
Stealthily.
At least I am.
Got it.
So I need to roll a stealth check, don't I?
All right. Go roll your stealth.
A 23.
23. Okay. And then you two are just running.
I'm also gonna try doing it stealthily.
Sure.
I mean, I can try. Stealth is not really my forte.
Totally fine. You don't have to.
Oh yeah, that'd be a whole 6.
Fantastic.
At 22.
And 22. Right? You two, sneakies, able to find very small amounts of cover and checking in your peripheries as you approach the tree, while Hale just straight line. There's him, and there's the hole of the tree. You said get to the hole, he's getting to the hole. starts bounding through. His stocky frame, I'd say with a 6. Catches the eyes of one of the panther-like creatures. The other one seems distracted and lost in confusion.
A pretty horse.
While it's looking at me, can I try an intimidation check?
Sure.
Can I try to intimidate it to
How
not
do you
attack?
want to intimidate it? What do you do?
Well, I've still got its beaver friend in my hand.
Okay.
So I lock dead eyes onto it, rip it in half, and start gnawing on the center of it, all without breaking eye contact.
Wonderful.
Hell yeah! Go ahead, roll an intimidation check.
That would be an 18.
18.
Oh, well, in full sprint.
Yep.
Full sprint. Just
Lightning.
Running.
Oh yeah, with lightning crackling all around me. Oh yeah.
yeah. This is a vision.
Eyes bloodshot, fully raged, little froth coming down.
Really normal.
I don't like how you have to really search a book to make sure if this even works.
Just had to pull up the right thing. That's all. So you said it was
I thought I'd just try to intimidate it.
yeah. What was the roll?
18.
18. You see the tendrils on its back kind of like shiver a little bit, and you see closer to where you are, another one of them appears, and the one that you like just catch it, like barely off your peripheral. The one that you're locked eye contact with doesn't move.
That's right. No, again, the whole time I'm running towards the tree.
Got it. You two are able to see this as well while it's happening. I mean, all of you see it.
I'm getting to the tree. I'm getting to the tree.
Still getting to the tree.
Staying on point.
And as soon as I get to the tree, I'm gonna drop my phantom steed.
Get to the tree. You drop Phantom Steed. Reyna, you see them at the entrance point from where you are.
I'm staying out of sight currently.
Okay. Roll a stealth check for maintaining a hidden position.
8.
8. You're feeling sneaky, but you're also a little worried.
I'm also a big bear.
You're also very large still. Are you waiting for any particular thing, or you just?
I'm waiting to see what happens with them.
Okay.
Because if they got locked in there or something like that, or be better.
There's no door.
Someone
It's
was
just
outside.
an opening. Okay. So you three approach the entrance to this tree. You can see that inside is not a large opening or cavernous or anything like that, but there's almost like a small room that's been formed into this area, and inside you see several piles of various items, like all kinds of stuff. There's marbles and torn fabrics and broken bits of toys, and it just it almost looks like a trash pile. This is.
I'm gonna start searching through some piles.
Yeah. Roll an investigation.
17.
17. Inside you find it's mostly discarded items. You get the sense that these are the things that have flowed down the stream to the center of the island and have been collected, almost hoarded in a way. And you do see say with the 17 in here, off to the side is a makeshift altar with several branches that have been kind of they used some of the fabric to make like a little stretcher thing, and on top of that is sitting the stone.
Okay. I'm gonna approach it very slowly.
Mhm.
I'm gonna check for traps.
Okay.
That would be an investigation check, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's gonna be 21.
21. As you're looking around and just kind of like, hold on, you see there's a very rudimentary like stick with some string attached underneath it. Looks like if you were to move things in any kind of way, this would create some kind of an alarm.
Okay. Okay. Alright.
Say, all right, rogues, disarm the trap. I can break it. That's about all I can do.
No.
But whatever you do, don't touch the stone.
I know. Try to disarm the trap.
Okay.
It's cocked. Ooh, that's much better. 29.
Dang. Okay. 29. This is a very crude. Like, you used to make traps like this when you were a wee thing. And you're like, oh, I can. Okay, yeah, great. Take some of your tools out. You just cut very carefully on part of the string. It is disarmed.
Who wants to carry this?
I got it. I wrap it,
Okay.
place it into my bag, but it's wrapped so I don't physically touch it.
Okay. Yeah.
I could also cast Mage Hand and just put it in there.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll cast
One
Mage Hand.
combination of wrapping it up and gently placing it into Hale's pouch.
Alright, now we got what we came for. We need to get back out of here. Alright,
Go back the way we came.
go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna see what is outside, like right up there.
You still
Survey.
see those couple of displacer beasts that are patrolling
Okay.
the area,
Okay.
watching towards the entrance of the hole that you're at.
Alright. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Or wait, can I cast it on somebody else? Is the question.
The stream that flows directly to it, like we path through in the water and all that, it only goes one way, right?
You're talking about the
The-
wider stream,
Mhm.
the one that actually flows into the
Mhm.
island. Yeah, and it flows to the tree. So if you were to travel down that, you know that you would be swimming against a very strong current.
I'm gonna take out my components,
Mhm.
and I'll mix them together. I'm gonna touch Hale and turn him invisible
Ooh, okay,
because he's carrying stone.
got it.
Later, losers! I'm just kidding.
And I say to him, "You're invisible. Nothing can see you. Go back the way we came. And try to get off this island. We got the stone. Let's go." Oh,
All right.
lasts
Yeah.
lasts up to an hour.
Up to an hour. All right.
Just as long as I don't get hit and I don't lose my concentration, we should be fine.
Good to know.
All right. Let's start making our way. Or do you want me to just leave you guys behind?
Go on ahead. I'll make sure.
All right, yeah. In that case, yeah. Later, losers.
And I'm just gonna, sneak on back. Sneak on back to Reyna.
Okay. Rena, as you're standing there keeping an eye out, you see these beasts wandering around. You see your brother and Guar emerge from the tree.
I only see.
You
Wait,
see
are you
both
both invisible?
No, just him.
Oh,
Just him.
okay.
So you see both of them emerge from the tree and start coming back towards you.
Okay. I'm wondering if I can, because I'm an animal, if I can like fit in. I'm gonna
Just saunter up.
wander out.
Okay.
And then just kind of make a show, a little bit of a
Yeah.
just not a scene, but enough that like people that the animals might be like, oh, I wonder what that animal's doing.
Yeah. All right. Roll a deception check, and I'd say at advantage because you are an owlbear at the moment.
18.
The rest of the creatures around the area do not seem phased in any way. They just, they'll glance over, be like, oh. I guess you're here too. Great.
Time to go back the way we came.
You
Sneak back.
sneaking back, or trying to sneak back, so stealth checks.
23.
Hale, you get to make yours with advantage because you are invisible.
Altruistic.
Doesn't matter. 19.
31.
Sure.
31.
Nope.
Nice.
Nope. That'd be a 1. That would be a 1. So I'm gonna keep my 19 and add 2 to it. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
So 21.
Fantastic. You're able to not alert anything or any other creatures to your presence here, keeping the displacers distracted enough, sneaking back into the marshy wetlands towards the coast.
Yep.
Okay. Fairly easy to kind of just head back the way you came. It's recent enough that it's in your memory. After about an hour, the invisibility starts to fade off, and you're able to see that Hale is visible again. Hale, are you still with him?
No.
Okay.
I headed towards the forest.
Head towards the forest,
Mhm.
the opposite direction. So you don't see Hale.
Wait, where did Hale go?
I'm gonna turn back into myself. And
As you shrink back down to your normal form from being an owlbear.
I'm going to speak with plants. If it rings true here, where I have knowledge that trees speak to each other and they have roots that so they can like share resources and things like that, I'm gonna speak to the tree nearby and ask if they have seen my fellow traveler and describe him.
The moss and some of the nearby flowers seem to ripple and shift and start to, the flowers bend and point north. What you get from the moss is more of a sense of you are going to be taking a long way to get back. Your friend is not. They're being more direct. If you want to leave, follow him.
Okay, so I explained to my to these two what I'm getting from the plants. And so I think that maybe we should go that way.
If it is more direct. Alrighty then.
That's where we're going.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
Back the way.
He's
back-
heading out through the forest section.
which is on the opposite side. So it's gonna take a while if we want to go that way.
How did we get split up in the first place?
I cast invisibility on him, and he ran off.
Do you think on purpose?
Mm.
Did you know this guy in the first place? Well, damn.
I just hope he gets that stone back to Niflheim. I say we keep going the way we are. I doubt we'll be able to catch back up to him.
What if he doesn't get it back? But then we failed this.
I guess that's true.
We never fail.
Alright, let's go.
Do we have to go back through the clearing where the animals were?
You don't have to.
We can circle around.
Okay. Were we on the other side?
So you're on the south side of the island in the wetlands.
Okay.
And the forest is essentially almost straight north to the west. Slightly northwest.
And we were there when we got here. We went around there.
Yeah, that was like the first part of the
He's going back this way.
yeah, it was the first area that you had really passed by
Okay,
that
so
had trees.
I am going to cast transport via plant to the previous plants that, as I was walking through, had been continuing to brush.
You'd seen a number of trees along the coastal area of that forest land. Whereabout along that coast would you want to make your destination?
The only ones I would have seen or touched would have been on the shoreline.
Yeah, and you didn't touch any until you hit the jungle. At the forest, you would have seen more beach. There would have been distance between any actual tree line, but you would have seen a number of trees. You'd see there was a few more notable ones next to like an outcropping of boulders along the main stream that juts out towards the sea.
Okay. So probably near where the water is, where the stream comes in.
So you cast transport via plants. What does that look like?
In front of us, one of the trees, the wood starts like splitting. You can like hear it cracking, and then it just like.
Okay.
And you can see through it you can see the water and the beach line. Like if you were to just walk right into the tree, you'd be walking onto the beach.
So as the tree bark cracks open and you look through it, you see that it exits out onto a beach near the opposite side of the coast.
I don't know how long I could hold this.
Okay,
It is
through the
seconds.
Alright, through the tree.
Jump through it. You jump through. You are now on the beach, the forest completely behind you. As you make your way up towards where the stream is, from the tree line, just on the other side of the stream, you see Hale walking along.
Oh, hey!
It's probably about a good 25, 30 feet across, but
Oh, hey!
I turn, see them, give a casual wave, keep on walking.
There you are.
Let's go.
I mean, it took you guys long enough.
Alright. Well, doesn't matter. Do you still have the thing?
Absolutely.
All right, good.
Can we see it?
Yeah, it's right here. I'm near the coast, right?
You're probably still, a few hundred yards from the actual coast. You're on opposite sides of the bank of the.
But there's water right next to me.
There's water.
Perfect. Reach in. I grab the stone, which gives me more of the power of water elementals.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I basically pick myself up in a wave and start making my way towards the other shore.
And I, in a level 7 spell slot, cast Wind Walk on the three of us. And follow him.
As the water swells up and lifts you and the wind starts to blow, you can hear a piercing voice shoot through into your ears.
Deceivers! Get back here!
I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws.
I'm gonna use my luck point.
Sorry, wisdom saves.
I'm gonna use a
Wisdom
luck
saves.
point.
Wisdom saves?
Yes.
10.
10,
13.
13,
16.
16.
I was using my luck point too.
Oh, what'd you get?
Rolled that one twice.
Oh!
So that brings my total to 6.
You were the only one that made the save.
Cool.
You three, however, even in your misted, wind-walking form, feel something pull you back. Just a visceral tug on your essence and your being, your mind. You can't leave. There's no way that you could leave. Not now. Not after you've already gotten here. It's so nice here. It's beautiful, natural, it's undisturbed, peaceful, comfortable. You drift back down to the ground. End your form, and you see floating down in front of you this tiny little gerbil with rainbow wings, shimmering in the sunlight of the afternoon.
If you think you could take what I want and take what I have, you will stay with me now and be my friends and my pets and my servants. You will do my bidding. You can reach the mainland. And I have a task for all of you. Bring it back.
And that's where we're going to end the session. And that is the to be continued in the mythology of Spiritbrook, the tales of the Míresgal, and what comes of Kevin and his newfound employees.
Oh no.
That sounds
Orders are orders.